Hello, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Discover Brightside, the video podcast that discovers new people and new opportunities for you to learn so you get smarter and sharper and live a better life in this ever changing world of AI and tech transformation. I have in my studio two amazing men, Ken and James, and I'm going to let them give us a quick introduction to the V conversation. Over to you. Who goes
Thank
first?
you. Appreciate it. I'll go ahead and start, and James can pitch in. Our path was pretty organic. We spent the last few decades working with different enterprise leaders, both James and myself, especially revenue and go-to-market teams. And no matter the industry, no matter the vertical, we kept seeing the same thing, that the most important moments were happening in conversations and then disappearing. We'd be sitting in executive meetings where leaders, the big people, were making all these decisions based on dashboards and summaries and assumptions, but not on what customers were actually saying. So you've got the richest signals buried in phone calls, meetings, and messages that no one ever revisited because they couldn't. There was no way to. So when we started working closely with something called vCons, VCON, the vCon standard, it's a worldwide standard, it just suddenly clicked for us. We finally had a way to treat conversations as something durable, not fleeting. So vConversational, the name of our new company, came out of that realization. If conversations shape outcomes, then leaders need a way to truly listen at scale.
Absolutely can. I can't agree more.
Yes.
Every every CRO that I know, it- they want to know who's performing, what they're
Mhm.
doing, what they're saying. Can they is it compliant? Is everyone are they saying the right things? Are they giving the right information? Being able to track every single important relationship, be it every type of incoming communication or outgoing communication, provides verifiable opportunity to predict profitable growth. It was everything is missing the details. The conversation enables every relationship to be impactful. Enhance customer success. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I really love this concept because you could be having a long conversation and then you never sold anything, you never did anything, you never told your down team, what they were supposed to do, and the
Mhm.
meeting has ended with no action. So that comes to the
Yeah.
problem. What is the problem that you are trying to solve? What do you think that V conversations can do for people?
This may surprise you, but the big problem wasn't a lack of tools. It was a lack of shared understanding. As an organization grows, leaders get further away from the conversations that are happening on the front lines, specifically with their salespeople. Decisions get filtered, summarized, sanitized. So by the time the insights actually reach the decision makers, they've lost the emotion, the nuance, the intent. That really creates misalignment. Leaders think that they're responding to reality, but they're often responding to an abstraction of it. So the real problem that we're solving is restoring clarity, helping organizations to stay connected to what people, their customers, the ones spending money with them, are actually experiencing and saying, even as they scale, even as they grow bigger.
And that comes to my next question,
And
which is emotional intelligence, because our group has been working hard for the last 6 months with therapists, experts, authors, academics, all talking about how emotional intelligence can come in the way. So, for example, if I'm having a conversation with you and I'm dreaming about something else and I've missed everything you've said. So, tell me, how does V conversational help with EQ?
I am so glad that you're focused on emotional intelligence because we all know it breaks down when listening becomes indirect. Early stage companies, small companies, when it's a handful of people, they hear everything. The leaders are in the room, they're on the calls, they're on the text messages and all of the conversations. But as the companies scale, the listening gets delegated. Leaders have to rely on reports rather on that firsthand reality. The irony is that scaling requires more EQ, not less. But without access to real conversations, the risk is that leaders lose empathy, context, and the emotional signal. They don't stop caring, they just stop hearing. So EQ at scale requires systems that preserve human signal and not just the operational metrics.
Which comes to
And I'll
the
tell you
next.
what. Okay, one more thing that I'm sorry, I break in.
No, no, go
I'm
ahead. Go
so
ahead.
passionate about this. But the other nice thing is that those conversations are so hard to capture, and sales reps or customer success people or anybody tied to revenue is trying to type in every word into their CRM, and that's just challenging. But if this is an enablement solution and can enable the automatic capture of every single point of clarity exactly as it is and how it was meant to be interpreted, and make your CRM in that more actionable, it provides such a great enhancement on the profitability of your sales team because they're able to work harder on the things that amplify success and not waste time on admin needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds amazing. Um, so coming to, okay, so we got the emotional front. Now everybody uses data. Data is what everybody builds AI on. They build everything they do these days is data. Now you challenge that status quo and say that
Yes.
the data is missing a very important benchmark or measurement. So tell me about
And
that.
it's very simple. Traditional data tells you what happened.
Right.
Conversations tell you why. In a conversation, think you hear hesitation, you hear urgency, you hear frustration, confidence, uncertainty, things that are never going to show up in a spreadsheet or on a dashboard. You hear what people are afraid to say publicly. You hear what matters emotionally. Decisions are rarely made on logic alone. We all know anyone who is sold, they are shaped by trust, fear, timing, and beliefs. Conversations are where those forces live. If leaders ignore them,
Mhm.
if they miss them, they're missing the real drivers of behavior, specifically their customers' behavior.
Wow.
And
James?
that goes on to so much about everything that you're building and doing and training for in real time builds upon retention strategies and
Mm,
cultural success and process improvement. Everything is about learning and growing using the data and the technology that we have today and what vConversational is building to enable more success.
Yeah. So how so exciting. So how do people get in touch with you? What is the products that you're selling and how can it be applied to leaders today?
People can get in touch with us through our website, vconversational.com. They can also reach out to James and myself individually via email, WhatsApp, or on LinkedIn. We encourage
LinkedIn.
people to connect with us on LinkedIn. Uh, and really, what we're selling is the ability for people to listen at scale. And I know that sounds very marketing, but in a very concrete manner, we want people to be able to listen twice, once in the moment and once after. And the reason for that is most leaders are very good, which is why they're leaders, at being present in conversations. But we all know that very few revisit them. So our encouragement is to enable people to go back and listen again without the pressure to respond. Pay attention to the tone. Pay attention to what wasn't said. And when you notice patterns across conversations, which is what vCons and our solutions allow people to do, you're going to be more successful, whether that's in selling, whether that's in customer service, or keeping your employees happy.
So
And
what
not
is
only that, it complements CRM in so many ways because the people you're talking to that want to buy from you or want to ask questions,
Mm-hmm.
we're enabling whoever's going to be on that phone, whoever can be communicating with that person to deliver the information they want, they desire, so they can buy more, or they can be understood or understand what challenges there are. So it just is it's a customer experience platform that enables success based upon the real live spoken communication or any other way that they want to communicate with your brand.
That's amazing. So there you have it. No more excuses. Go to vConversational's website. We'll make sure the link is available to you and find out how you can be a better listener and a better leader. Because if you missed something very important, you cannot lead your team, especially in this day and age when so much is going on. You want to pay attention. So we are doing Empower Leaders this month, and we want you to be a better leader, and that's why we have with us Ken and James. Watch this video several times so that you didn't miss anything. Go back, take notes, because this is really important about how you listen and how you can be a better leader. So thank you for watching Discover Brightside. James and Ken, you've been discovered, and we hope we'll see a lot more of you this year on our channel. And welcome to being discovered on the Discover Brightside podcast.
Thank you.